Today, I'm going to give my opinion on the 2020 Fender American Ultra Jazzmaster. I've been looking for a Jazzmaster for a long time, and this was the one that I finally landed on. I went through the Mexican models, and I went through the lower American models. I wanted all the switches and buttons that a Jazzmaster classically has, with a lot of the tones that are always there, and it was just really hard to find one that met the standard criteria, in my opinion, for a Jazzmaster. I will save you some suspense. I would give this guitar a B-. I'll explain my reasons, and then I'll let you hear a bunch of the different sound samples, every pickup combination, clean and distorted, and even in a high gain setting. But the pros, in my opinion, are the modern D-neck. Overall, it feels slim, but it has a wider shoulder to it, and it has a bound fingerboard, which looks very nice. It's a $2,000 guitar, and it really looks and feels like an expensive guitar because of that bound neck. The compound radius, 10 to 14 inches. Again, it feels really great to play, and it makes soloing a bit easier with that flatter fretboard, especially the further up the neck you go. And I think it's a little easier to solo than the typical Fender 9.5 inch or 7 1/4. Of course, this is very subjective. Some great players like John Mayer prefer a 7 1/4 inch board, but I think the consensus is that soloing tends to be easier or faster the flatter the radius, which would be the 14 once you get up past the 12th fret. And then finally, the electronics are the ultra noiseless pickups. They have a very nice tone, but they are also on the con side. The electronics for me, I don't like that they put a phase switch on here rather than the rhythm circuit. If you look at this, it looks like a typical, like a normal, like a historic Jazzmaster, but it does not function that way. You don't have a rhythm and lead circuit. You have a normal lead area, and then you have a phase switch. The other thing about the electronics that I don't really care for is the S1 switch, which is a push-pull pot on the volume. What this does is it overrides the pickup selector and puts both pickups in series. Now that's a neat trick, and I like putting them in series. I actually like the tone that gives you. But that kind of switch that overrides all the circuitry is not really the type of subtlety that I'm used to for Jazzmaster controls. Now again, that's just me. That's just my opinion, and I certainly wouldn't criticize anyone who disagreed on that point. Third, on the con side, is the output. These pickups are a lot quieter than any of the other pickups in any of my other guitars. Single coil, P90, or humbucker. I even play this side by side with my other Jazzmaster, and there's a video of that, and you can just hear how much quieter they are. That's something that's always kind of been a problem, in my opinion, with the noiseless Fender pickups, and it's one they didn't find a way to remedy this time around. And then final criticism is, honestly, I think the color choices are underwhelming. Now, this is nitpicky, but by the time you're spending $2,000 on a guitar, you should have some choices in color. The Cobra Blue was really the only one that looked nice to me, but it has a maple neck and it didn't come with a rosewood fretboard. Second, you had Mocha Burst, which is a nice change, and this is what I have here, but it's a little too sparkly for me. Plus, they did a weird thing where they put cream-colored pickup selector or pickup covers on it, and then they used a mint green pickguard. Now, in the one that I'm playing in the video, you'll see that I changed the pickguard so that it's an aged cream, so that it will match a little bit better. And then finally, it comes in an Ultra Burst, which does look very, very nice. But personally, I'm very, very sick of tobacco bursts, and I just can't do it anymore. So, those are my thoughts. B- overall. I still think it's a very nice guitar. I would recommend it to someone looking for a Jazzmaster, but I would warn them about some of these things, especially the rhythm circuit. And without any further talking, I'll just let you hear it. Enjoy.